Hello, everybody. Welcome. I thought I'd do a treat tonight. Yes, we're going live tomorrow, but we're also going to go live tonight because, I feel like it's a very important moment here to kind of do a reset. New moons are so powerful, and there's so much going on in the world right now. I feel like we all need this moment just to come together, focus on possibilities, just like the title says, infuse a little bit of positivity into things as well. And hang out. It's fun. And I might start to do something new in the next month. I was thinking for members, maybe doing like a hangout a couple times a month where we can check in on multiple things, not just the lunar things and the solar things. So I'll talk a little bit more about that in the weekly collective, but let's get started today. I always like to kind of keep these as concise as possible. I'm doing a live stream today so I don't focus on being a perfectionist. I can just get this out to you in a timely fashion. Apollo's behind us. He's already in dreamland. So we'll just let him be. And let's focus on the possibilities. So as the title says, we have two things going on right now. We have a new moon, which of all the different sort of lunar events, it's my favorite because you can plant seeds of possibility. It's not as intense as a full moon, which is great. I think we have a partial solar eclipse also affecting things. Eclipses are fascinating because it's kind of like a flashbulb moment, or like when you step into the room and there's a fluorescent light that has to kind of like warm up and you get the flicker effect. So sometimes you see something, it's not all that it is kind of chalked up to be something. Sometimes there's something that's even deeper. So we'll keep an eye out. I'll be pulling a couple of extra cards today, but we have a pretty good format for this. So we're going to start with the typical three, and then I'll have three helper cards, focusing first on the moon. Then we'll do an eclipse sort of portion as well. Okay? Close your eyes, everybody. Welcome. Thank you so much for popping into this unexpected live. I'm happy to have you here. Imagine, if you will, that you are sitting in a circle surrounded by candles. Let the light be your protection. In the circle of light, call in angel, spirit guides, and ascended masters. Okay. Let's see what this new moon is bringing forth and maybe what we need to focus on letting go as we look at the past. I'm glad you guys like the hangout idea. I'll figure out how to do it. It'll be in one of the membership tiers. I might add some new things. I've even thought of like a Discord server or something, but that's down the road. We'll do the hangouts first and see if it resonates. Okay, back to the back to the topic at hand. We're gonna look at past. We like the past here. Present, fantastic, and future. Okay, can I just say I'm loving what this moon is bringing forth? Like, it's all fantastic, joyous cards for the most part. All right, let me just put my keyboard to the side, and we're going to pull some clarifying cards as well. There were a few that I was like, I haven't seen this one in a second, so using some different decks here. Okay, I need to zoom out. Yeah, I thought this would be nice for the folks that are watching me in Europe or Asia or New Zealand. Different time zones, this works for you better. And occasionally, I try to do something for you. Because I know that mornings are not always easy for the folks in Oceania and parts of Asia. So good to have you here at a different time. And this will be available on replay. Okay, interesting stuff. I'm so pleasantly surprised at what I see here in the past. So we have the Three of Cups energy coming through. Friendship, community, fun, partying. But the Three of Cups is also a call to connect with others. The community piece is powerful. And I think for some of us, now more than ever, we need it. Because, let's face it, there's a lot of changes going on in the world right now. And in order to feel safe, in order to feel supported, we're seeking commonality. People that vibe, that get you for you and support you for you. So if you have been doing that, if you've been seeking and creating and sort of like establishing family and community, perfect. If you haven't, there's still time. New moons are possibilities. So it's just showing kind of like a homework assignment. Why not put a little bit more focus into friendships, relationships, and again, those sort of safety nets where it feels like this is a place where I can be amidst all of the changes, because these people that we see in the card can constitute kind of like a rock or a foundation. And so that's the first thing that I'm getting as I'm looking at this. There may have also been, as we're looking at this, a relationship that's or a passion project or something that you're working on, and we see it building in a very nice way. So, Three of Cups, welcome card, good to have it. Let's look at what's clarifying it. So we have dreams. Find people in your life that embrace your dreams, support what's possible, and they're not kind of like poking holes in your balloons, right, as you're trying to lift off. So, and maybe this too, protect your dream a little bit before sharing it with somebody. It's okay initially, like when because this is the most powerful thing with a new moon. It's time to plant a seed of intention. And just like a little sapling, sometimes it needs a little protective zone until it gets its roots, until it's a little bit stronger, until it's ready to be seen. So I feel like there's a little bit of nurturing for your dream, for your idea, for you, and work on that. Maybe there is a very small group of people that totally get it, great, but then keep that as your little secret, as your project, as your passion, and allow that dream to grow. Pay attention to your dreams. As an intuitive, as a medium, as a channeler, I've started to really see so much more. There are times where especially recently with all the, again, it's been an interesting start to 2025, but I will wake up sometimes and I'm like, that's happening or that's going to happen. I feel it, it's visceral. So I really want you to focus on dreams. It can reveal possibilities, hidden passions, hidden fears, hidden motives, and it can also just connect you with your creativity. So this is a time to really pay attention to the actual act of dreaming, and then of course figuratively allowing yourself to chase your dreams, and don't let people poke the holes in it when it's starting. Focus on what's possible, keep it sacred, okay? Now we have a very interesting combination here because the Lovers itself is basically abundant and magnetic, but it's in contrast to the Desert. So some of you may, and the Desert card is reversed, so what's happening here is an awakening, like a super bloom. If you've ever seen a desert, like in the springtime or after a flood or a monsoon, all of these cacti and succulents just come to life, right? And there's this beautiful blast of colors that's very short-lived, maybe a week or something, and then it all goes back to normal. So I feel like there may be for some of you this super bloom that's happening. And we even see all the flowers in this. Embrace it. Whenever we get that sort of ebb of possibility, you never know how long it's going to last. Just bask in that for a second. If you're more in the Desert energy, a super bloom can happen at any point. One of the things that we want to focus on with Lover's energy is feeling the unconditional love for ourselves. So really feel the sense that you are lovable, that you are worthy, that you are worth it, that you can make it happen, whatever it might be. And by pushing out that positivity, you're going to start to attract this as well. There may be unexpected friendship, interest, or people coming into your life, the reverse Lovers. Now, if there's something that doesn't mesh, if it doesn't feel right, don't force it. Don't force the connection. If you, like in science class or just maybe on your fridge, if you've ever played around with magnets, you know that there's polar energy. If you try to put the two opposite sides, they'll flip around or they repel each other. So you'll know it. And it can be in any aspect of your life. This could be a new job. It could be stepping into a house. It could be meeting a friend. If the magnet isn't aligned, and we have these two aligned here, if there's one thing that doesn't fit, you might be saving yourself a desert sort of energy where it's like, it isn't really fruitful. So the good news is most of the cards here are very positive. We have one that's showing a little bit of resistance. If it's internal resistance, you know what to work on. If it's legitimate, like I don't like it, I don't feel it, trust that, it's okay. The clarifying card, and this is right here, right now, is this feeling of how do I kind of feed myself? Because in a desert, think about what it represents, lack. A lack of, and for some of you it could be money, love, support, etc. Where is your lack or desire or want? The good news is we have, like, for desert energy here, we have a lot of water coming in. So there's energy from the past. If you've been working on it, there's energy coming through in the future. This won't last, which is good. We don't need or want that. Trust your inner compass. Don't force the magnetic energy. And instead, as we look at the future here, flexibility is going to be important. This King of Cups is like this beautiful water serpent. King of Cups is very much in touch with creativity, his heart, his intuition, and isn't rigid, isn't stuck in one way of thinking, being, or living. So this new moon is pushing you, especially if you're someone that likes predictability. It's pushing you to try different things, to be more flexible, to get out of your comfort zone. And it's not always fun to do that, but it's worth the reward. This is love. This is happiness. This is fulfillment. So the flexibility, however challenging it might be, has a really nice payoff. So that's what this new moon is inviting, if you're ready. Clarifying the future state here, we have, I enter the conversation. Okay, it's about finding your voice, stepping into the room, feeling like you can have a seat at the table. There's a lot of animals in this particular card, and the tree is upside down. So there's, for some of you, this feeling of uncharted territory, feeling uprooted, feeling uncomfortable, and we're still in a retrograde for a little bit here, so that's normal, that's fine. Lean into the uncomfortable, the awkward, the geeky sort of energy, and see if it doesn't endear you to others. So you don't have to be perfect. Again, take a note from me. I thought I could spend an hour doing a 15-minute video, or I could just spend like 15 to 20 minutes with you guys. And I chose that because it's not always about perfection. It's just fun to hang out. Some of you needed this faster and you didn't need it perfect. So that's what I picked up on for myself, and maybe it will resonate with you as well. Just show up. Just show up. Okay? That's all most of us need in our life, is someone that shows up, something that's reliable, something that comes through. So be that for someone else. Let's look at what's coming through for the eclipse energy. What is it revealing? Because that's really what an eclipse does. This is really great. The Eight of Cups can be second chances and possibilities. Things that you may have thought were gone, so that's cool. All right, let's use the crow deck here and see how the crows are going to clarify it. All right. Eight of Cups in reverse, typically about breaking a cycle, not so much making one, but it can also be about returning to some unfinished business. So is there something in your life where you think, gosh, I wish I could have said or done that. I wish I had given that more of my attention. This is a time to return to it and to say, life is too short for would've, could've, should've. Let's just do it. Let's just see what happens. If it doesn't resonate, if it doesn't work, so be it. I showed up. I tried. This is also, for some of you, there's this, I feel like you've been going so long, so far, so fast on some things that it's kind of like, when was the last time you just sort of looked around? Because this card also is about getting perspective on what's going on in your life, taking a break. So also, one of the cycles that you could break right now is workaholic perfectionism. I understand that one. And it doesn't always serve you. Perfect isn't always good. That's why we like live performances, right? Think about music. You have your Spotify, Apple Music, streaming service of your choice. You have all those albums there that you can listen to on demand at any point. It's not like once upon a time when we had CDs and LPs and all of that, but we have these perfectly produced albums, but we'll pay several times more than a streaming service costs per month to watch someone do it live, to see them mess up on the guitar or have an imperfect tone or maybe sing better than the album, because it's real, because it's live, because it's visceral. So there's something about just kind of going more in an organic flow that I think will be better for you ultimately in the long run. And so allow yourself to do that. There could be travel that you have procrastinated on. And also this is a moment to sort of say, I need to go, I need to take that trip. I need to do that. Okay. Ultimately, though, whatever you want to let go of or break or somehow fix, I know those sound antithetical, but like, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you need to resolve, you can resolve it. And that's what the eclipse is coming through. It's showing you that what you thought was a problem was an illusion. And it's also encouraging you not to look so critically at yourself. As I'm looking at this illustration here, the crow is just looking at itself in the mirror, cawing and probably being too critical. So releasing the critical lens, showing up, and just allowing things to... This is the fluidity that we also got with the King of Cups. So overall, I'm actually heartened by the spread that I see here, because we see, just to kind of review it and bring it into focus, and we'll go top line and then bottom line. So the main energies here are, this is an opportunity in the new moon to create better foundations in your life, network, to trust if things connect or repel, and not to force the connection. Flexibility in trying new things is going to be important. And then you get a chance to resolve stuff. So overall, I like this. The sort of beneath the surface challenges, listening to your dreams, knowing that sometimes an absence of something, it doesn't mean that it's always going to be gone. Sometimes we have to clear our mind. That's kind of what was coming through here. Stepping into the conversation, speaking up, using your voice, and letting go of this sort of critical lens that we've been talking about. See through the illusion. It's pretty good. Since we are doing a live, and since I typically do this in the live, if there's one thing that all of you are struggling with in this moment in time, irrespective of even like the celestial stuff going on, go ahead and ask the question. We'll pull one final card for that. So it's a question of how invested you are. So this is the final question, final card. We got an answer of the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. I actually love how this Ace of Coins is illustrated. It's almost like coin op laundry, or back in the day when there was a, what do you call it? I can't even remember because they don't exist anymore. Arcade. So arcades. So you would go and put a coin in and go for it. You were invested in winning. So this is basically the universe saying, yeah, this is possible, but it requires an investment on your part. It's probably like a 50-50 thing. It's not entitled. It's not guaranteed. There has to be investment and reciprocation on your part. Also, just make sure you're getting what you need, and if you don't see it, ask. But as a yes or no, it's more of a question, which is, you can do it, but how invested are you? How much energy are you willing to put in? If you can meet the universe halfway, yes. And again, if there's something that's absent or missing, be the voice, speak up. Okay? That is our very short reading tonight. We're going to come back tomorrow in, just under, it's like, what is it, 12? It's 14 hours or something. I'll be back soon, 9:15 a.m. Pacific time tomorrow morning. You can always set a reminder on the main channel page when you see the live video featured. Hope to see you guys there. I'm here every Sunday at 9:15 a.m. And I'm finishing up a video tonight, so the Gemini one will go out as well. I just launched the Taurus one. Gemini is done. I'm trying to get all of these caught up. I saw someone upset. I'm like, yeah, remember, I'm getting caught up. We'll get this. We'll get there eventually. But I always go for quality. So thank you guys for your patience. I'll see you soon. Have a fantastic evening. Let's give Apollo a little pat on the head. Hey, buddy. Being a good boy back here? I know. Thank you. And a reminder, if you enjoyed this, so you never miss out on something like this, make sure that you're following me on social media, especially here. Like and subscribe. It's free, and I appreciate it. Thank you to everybody that did give back with super stickers, super chat, super thanks. You can also go to my website for more information. And let's take a couple moments here, because I did see some contributions, and I'll just extend some gratitude. All right, I think there's enough here that I can just do it here in the live chat. So Jill, thank you for 31 months of being a member. I appreciate you. Aaron, thank you for the $10. And Lady Intrigue, welcome to the channel. Like I said, I might be doing some new stuff, like a every 2-week hangout or something like that. More to come. I might put a poll up too to see what you guys are looking for with respect to that. Something for members, and just a little way to give back to those of you that give back as well. All right. Sleep well tonight. Plant a seed of intention. really feel this sense that there's something possible, and then tomorrow follow through on it. That's really what we saw with this. It's a give and take, ebb and flow. All right, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Bye-bye.